So the Bandito and the Lawman stopped the onslaught across the bridge. It was difficult. It was actually a pretty fun mission. I messed up a few things, but it was intense and I enjoyed it. I might even play that one again. But they have come back to town to try and restock, refit. They don't really have a whole lot to do. They'd like to sell some Darkstone. So the first thing, of course, to do is to see what size town it's going to be. And it's a medium town. So medium town, and since it's a medium town, they automatically get one travel hazard each. Let's put them here. Let's roll for their travel hazards. So the first one, we will give it to the Lawman. He never has very good luck with these. So a 15. Devil's Fork. The rock formation up ahead is known in these parts as the Devil's Fork. As you stare up at it, you feel a chill run through your blood. Every hero must roll a d6 for each corruption point and mutation they have. On a roll of 1 or 2, take an additional corruption, ignoring willpower. So the Lawman has 3 corruption. And he takes no additional corruption. And the Bandito has 4 corruption. Ugh, that's 2 more, and that means he takes a mutation. And he's looking at the Lawman saying, "Thanks there, buddy." Alright, so mutation time for the Bandito. So a mutation for the Bandito is 10-15. No, that's not right. I don't know what I was doing. So the mutation for the Bandito, red is the 10s, white is the 1s, a 12. Tentacle fingers. Gross, no game effect. Okay, well, that's good, I guess. Better than it could be. Gotta write it down. And now the Bandito's travel hazard. Again, looking at the Lawman. Thanks a lot, buddy. Ooh, 66. Traveler on the road. During your travels, you encounter a stranger along the road. This result may not be re-rolled or cancelled. Roll once on the chart below to see what type of stranger. Okay, so we are going to see what kind of stranger. 3. A traveling missionary, walking the roads to help the fallen and those who have lost their path. All heroes may fully heal their sanity or remove D3 corruption points. So again, the Bandito looks at the Lawman. See what I get and see what you do. All right, so the Lawman will heal 2 corruption points, so he's to 1. And the Bandito actually doesn't matter, so 2, since he mutated, he was down to 1 corruption. But, and neither of them have any sanity right now. So that's that for the travel hazards. So basically we ended up healing some corruption, and the Bandito now, he has dual wielding tentacle fingers. So now I've mixed up all of these tokens to see what we have here. A frontier outpost that we need. Mutant quarter. Street market. General store and the church. Let me pull out all those cards and I will be right back. Alright, so the first thing you do in town is pull a daily event. A brutal rain hammers the town, flooding the streets with mud and soaking to the bone any who dare set foot outside. All rolls on the location event chart are -1 today. Well, Bandito's going to the Frontier Outpost because he wants to sell Darkstone. And you know, the lawman's going to go ahead and go to the general store. He's going to buy some dynamite for the Bandito. So, first things first, let's do the general store. An 8, which is a 7. Flies are a-buzzing, the streets are filth, business as usual. And then for the Bandito, who is at the Frontier Outpost, a 9, which is an 8. The banners yet wave. Seeing flags fly high in the wind atop the outpost walls, your spirits are raised, that you may take some respite in this place. Recover 1 grit and fully heal your health and sanity. Alright, so we'll start with the Bandito, because he has a bunch of Darkstone he wants to sell. 6. We're going to start with 6 Darkstone. And it's D6 times 25 each. Oh, that is not good. So there's 100, 200, 350, 450, 475 is all he gets for his 6 Darkstone. But you know what? He's going to go ahead and sell his other 3 while he's at it. See if he can do any better. That's a little bit better. So that's 150, 300 more for the other 3. And now the lawman is over at the general store. He's going to buy 2 dynamite. That's 400. And that is so he can give them to the Bandito. And does he want anything else? He's got plenty of bandages, he's got whiskey, he's got a tonic. The dynamite came in real handy last time. But I think that's everything he wants there. Let's see if there is any equipment he can use. No. Though when they come back, and they know they're going to be heading down into Cinder, they might buy some demon shot. You know what, actually, no, we're going to go one more before we do that. And that is everything from them. They spent $10 each. Now we got to roll to see if there's an event, and there is not. And that is, I think, all they are going to do at this point. So the Bandito and the lawman are sitting, watching the sunset. Dark clouds swirl over the town while they're sitting there, and lightning strikes all around. And a local farm boy, out of breath and running, shouting that one of the locals has gone mad and run off into the mine. He's making a deal. He's selling us out to some demon so he can get rich. Well, they look at each other and say, we can't have that. We need to put a stop to it. This is what we're here for. So this one is actually a mission to go find and stop this deal between someone from the town and a demon. Who is it from the town? We have to roll to find out. Oh, it's the local doctor. So let me get it set up, but basically for this mission there are no gates. The Hold Back the Darkness roll goes double spaces. You have to find the campsite, which is once you get to here, you've found the campsite, and then you have a final battle. But we'll go through that as we go along. So let me get this set up and I will be back. So our heroes have hit the dungeon. It is dark, so you use the dark side of the entrance. They could not wait on this. This was too important and they had to get there too fast, so it is nighttime as they're heading into the caves. Now, you pull out the campsite tile, and so the campsite map card is pulled out because that is the final tile. But otherwise, play is fairly normal with those few exceptions. And with my darkness rolling, this may be a really short adventure. But starting off, you need to hold back the darkness, and they actually do. So the lawman will move first. So he comes all the way here. He is going to look through the door. And we will draw a map tile, and it is the spider's lair. I did not mix up the exploration token, so let me do that real quick. I mean, I guess I might have, but it doesn't hurt to mix them up some more. An exploration token here, and now the bandito will move. Same, he'll stop here. I have a bad feeling about this one. So, exploration token, encounter times 2, and 2 doors. So which is not going to be a door? Number 4, so straight ahead is not a door. Spectators can move. So the first encounter, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle them, even though I've shuffled them once before. Flickering lantern. As the lantern flickers and threatens to go out, the hero's fears are made manifest by the shadows. All heroes are subject to voices in the dark during the next turn. The next encounter, branching path. If the mine shaft here splits off into several different directions, a dark feeling creeps over the group. Sorry, the mine shaft here splits off into several different directions. A dark feeling creeps over the group of indecision and fear. There is only one possible exit on this map tile. Discard and redraw this encounter. Otherwise, if there is only one, then discard. Otherwise, all possible exits on the map tile automatically have a door. Heroes may not look through any other doors until all of the doors on this map tile have been looked through. Also roll a d6. On a roll of 4+, draw an additional encounter. Heroes may not look through any other doors until all of the doors on this map tile have been looked through. Okay. And so I guess so it is actually 3. Now, I forgot. Move this one. And roll, and on a 4+, there is not an additional encounter. Well, that's good. In my used encounter pile here. And that is the end of that turn. So it's the start of the next turn. Each of them have to deal with the voices in the dark, but we'll start with our hold back the darkness? We do not. But that means it goes 2, which means it hits a blood spatter. So a darkness card. Restless Dead. All undead enemies are now +1 initiative. We can live with that. So Voices in the Dark. Red is the Bandito, white is the Lawman. The Bandito takes 5 horror hits, the Lawman takes 2. So let's roll the saves for the Lawman. He saves them both. And now for the Bandito. He doesn't save any. Should he take a grit to re-roll that? Yeah, you know what? He's going to burn one of his grit. That's much better. He takes 1 sanity. And now the Lawman will move 3. 1, 2, 3, and he's going to look through the door because we have to look through all of these doors. Oh, here it is. And it is a T-junction, no exploration token. And now the Bandito will go. He can go up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's going to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's going to look through the door this direction. Probably not the smartest thing to do, but we're going to do it anyway. Wow. And we get a corner passage. And no exploration token. Which is good. So they've gone 2, so that's 2 more of these. 1, 2. Every time they pass one of those, he can, on a 5+, move the darkness back 1, and he doesn't. And that is really their turn. And time to hold back the darkness. And that's an 8, so they do. The Lawman will move 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's going to look through this door, taking 5 experience. And it is rail chutes. And I'm going to pull this off. We are not running away. Stack it right there. And now the Bandito will go. Gets a grit, but he's not going very far. 1, 2. Now we'll flip the exploration token, and it is an encounter, and there is only 1 door. That is 4, so it's this one right here. Maybe 1 more. Let's pull an encounter. A dark rift. A massive chasm is torn through this chamber. As you approach it, the dark mist swirling about is a gaping maw takes sorry, I had a bad reflection on it. A massive chasm is torn through this chamber. As you approach it, the dark mist swirling about its gaping maw takes form. Haunting apparitions shriek as they dart past you, threatening to tear away your most precious possessions, or even knock you into the darkness below. All heroes immediately gain their spirit times 10 experience points. So the Lawman is a spirit 1, so he gets a whole 10. However, the Bandito is actually a spirit 4, so he gets 40. Now the bad stuff. Heroes may not look through any... Oh, wrong. Wrong card. Then, every hero must roll a d6 for each anvil item, for each individual anvil on every item they carry, as the Dark Shadow beasts attempt to steal it away. If a 1 is rolled, the hero must either discard that item or roll once on the injury table as they struggle to hold on to it. Uh-oh, this could be really bad. Oh, I forgot to sell some stuff too. Dagnabbit. Alright, so I'm just going to go through this really fast. So a healing stone is good. A peacekeeper pistol is good. Some war... Oh, nope, that one isn't one. Oh, the Book of the Occult. We keep that. An Amulet of Trondo. We keep that. The Rune of the Traveler. We keep that. Sorry, it was a 4. Now, the most important thing, a Beast Hunter's Rifle. We keep that. Okay. Oh. A lot of this stuff is not anvil stuff. His hunting rifle that he never got rid of, he keeps that. And then his Ring of Corruption, he keeps that. Alright, so he got lucky. Now, the 2 items that the Bandito meant to sell and forgot, the Hell Pistol, he loses. The Book of the Mad King, he keeps. Alright, now his important stuff. The Judge, he keeps that. That's his Serpent Skull helmet, he keeps that. His Dead Man's Iron. Uh-oh, he is going to use a grit to make sure. He's going to use a grit to re-roll that, and he keeps it. Doesn't say you can't use grit. His boot spurs, he keeps. His pickaxe. Oh, that's a +1 combat. Is it worth burning a grit for that? I don't think so. And it's not worth an injury. So I think he's just going to lose... He's going to lose his pickaxe. So those 2 items got lost. And then we have his 2 pistols, his 2 starting pistols that he hasn't used. And he keeps them. I don't think you're allowed to sell them, but he doesn't ever use them. He doesn't need them. Alright, so the Bandito lost a pickaxe and he lost a Hell Pistol, so he basically lost 1,000 gold in stuff. But there were a lot worse things that could have happened. So both of these are now... These are done. And now it is time to hold back the darkness. And they do. And I think I'm going to let the Bandito go first. He rolls a 1 to get and gets a grit, and he ends up right back here. So he gets that grit right back. the lawman will move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want to look up one rule real quick. Okay, I was just making sure that the depth track moves whenever a new tile is placed. It doesn't say anything about the heroes moving through that tile or going onto that tile, which makes sense because technically when you look through the door you're considered on both tiles. But I just want to make sure there was no nuance I was missing there, because we've gone 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're very close to getting to the bad guy. So when the hero posse marker reaches the space marked 11, which is our next spot, the heroes have found the door leading to the objective room. And if it's a passage, it goes to the room, and if it is a room map, if it's just a regular room, then you do the exploration token. But ignore any gates or doors because there's only one exit. Any encounters or attacks, once they've been all resolved, then you attach the campsite tile and you move on. And the campsite tile you resolve all the Growing Dread cards and then reveal the exploration token on the campsite, and that will tell you what kind of end adventure it is. And since we have a local dock, it tells you what happens, and then what kind of encounter it is tells you what kind of monsters you're going to fight. So regardless, that is pretty much the end. I guess the lawman could actually scavenge. We've got nothing else to do here, so let's go ahead and the lawman will scavenge. And he doesn't get anything. So now it is time to hold back the darkness one more time. A 7, we do. And now we're going to let the bandito move. He gets another grit, but he can only move 1, 2. Now we'll let the lawman move. He moves 3, but he is not going to look through the door yet because the bandito's just too far away. So there is nothing going on again. Let's hold back the darkness. And we do. And now let's have a bandito go. He can move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the lawman will move 5. He's not going to go anywhere, but he is going to look through the door, which takes us to space number 11. It is a Growing Dread, which means he can roll, and we don't move the darkness back any. Reveal a map tile. It is the Corrosive Pools. At least that's an easy one to find. Exploration token, that is the end of the turn. It's a clue and it's an encounter. So we'll resolve the encounter. Bandit hideout. I wouldn't be hiding out here if I was a bandit, but that's just me. A small fire burns at the center of the room, with bedrolls and crates of equipment surrounding it. This appears to be the campsite of some bandits. As you enter the room, you hear a click. Uh-oh. I have had this one before. This is a Cunning 5 test. Everybody has to do it. If you fail, you go boom. So Cunning 5, the lawman has a Cunning of 4. He passes. So he gets 20 experience. And then the bandito has a Cunning of 2. I know I always say it, but it seems like he would be more cunning. He's going to use a grit, because we're coming into the... He still fails. Alright, so something bad happens to him. The dynamite immediately explodes centered on his space. So D6 wounds for each of them. So red is the bandito, white is the lawman. Bandito takes 6, the lawman takes 2. Sorry about that, got a phone call. So after they take their damage for the dynamite, because the bandito has no cunning, you do a luck 5, and if passed, draw 2 loot cards as you find part of their stash. So start out with the lawman, whose luck is 2. I'm sorry, his luck is 3. And he does not get it. And the bandito's luck is 2. And he doesn't get anything. No loot. So they have finished the exploration for that room. So what happens now is you pick a door and attach the campfire. So I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does not give any instructions on how to attach the campfire, so they're here. You put an exploration token down. At the end of the first turn in which one of the more heroes are on the campsite tile, then you resolve all Growing Dread cards. You know, we don't have any Growing Dread cards because we've actually done pretty well on our Hold Back the Darkness rolls, and I'm probably about to get punished for that. So Hold Back the Darkness, they pass again. The lawman will move. He gets a grit. It's probably actually fairly important. He can move 2. Bandito moves 2 and gets a grit. And now it's time to hold back the darkness again. Another 9, and they do. So the lawman can go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's still 1 short. And the bandito, he can go 7. So he will go... Ooh. Huh. Do I have him go forward and go ahead and trip this up? Or do I wait so that they can both be there? You know, I think I'm going to wait. Alright, so now we have to hold back the darkness again. 3s. Darkness does not move forward, but I forget, that one I think is an attack. If I remember correctly. Creeping darkness. Oh, the darkness is always searching for a way out. Move the darkness 2 steps forward. 1, 2 means a darkness card comes out. All undead enemies are +1 initiative and +1 combat. Ooh, if I get undead on this one, this could be a problem. You know, I have a once per adventure prevent the darkness from moving on the depth track. So we're going to play that so that we don't get that yet. I mean, we're going to get it. We're going to get it later at some point. Though I guess I probably should have played that before the darkness card was revealed. So I'm going to have to give it to myself. Oops, I think I stuck it. I'm going to have to eat it. I can't. Since I saw the darkness card, that's not fair. But so now it is the lawman moves. he is only going to move to here. Bandito, he gets another grit, which takes him to his max grit. He's going to be there. Expiration token. Okay, so it says attack. So the final battle. If the token is marked as an encounter, the heroes are not too late to stop the dark deal. Oops. As they burst into the room. Waiting to see what happens if you are. Oh, if the token is marked attack, the heroes are too late. The demon escapes and the townsperson falls to the ground before mutating into a massive demonic creature. Roll a d6. 3. 1, 2, 3, it's a brutal Goliath. 4, 5, or 6, it was a brutal Harbinger. We are not so... This creature also has an additional special ability. At the start of each turn, on a roll on a d6, and on a roll of a 4+, the demonic creature targets a random hero in line of sight and does the following based on which townsperson it was. So he was the local doc. So summon the damned. Place D3 souls of the damned in the empty spaces adjacent to the target. These models ambush attack. Alright, well, they are undead. Unfortunately, we have lots of advantages for the undead on this one, but let me go get the brutal Goliath. Alright, so I've got out the Goliath, and we use the brutal side. So, he's a nasty piece of work, but I was kind of hoping that we would fight the Harbinger, because I've painted him up, and I have not had a chance to use him yet. And I love this model. So anyway, I'll hopefully get to use him at some point. But we have the brutal Goliath. He actually gets 2 elite abilities, 2 and 5. So number 2 and number 5. Hopefully I'll remember this. Number 2 is the Screaming of Lost Souls. He is now Terror 5. Egad. And number 5 is +2 health per hero and +1 defense. So +2 health per hero. So his health is 36, +6 per hero. So it was already 48, so he has 50. At least it's nice and even now. Oh no, wait, +2 per hero. So it's 52. He has Terror 5. He can attack every hero within 3 spaces, and he is immune to critical hits. He is demon and he is void. So the doc has turned into the Goliath. But he is initiative 3, we are initiative 4. This is not a ambush. The Hungry Dead will be coming soon, I am sure. Let me just read how that rule goes real quick. At the start of each turn, roll on a d6. This is not the start of a turn yet, so... but roll a d6 on a 4+, the demonic creature targets a random hero, and they'll throw Hungry Dead at us. So, and the average should be every other turn. So first, let me see, so we ended the turn, we moved on there. This is basically the encounter is an attack. So I guess technically we hold back the darkness, we hold it back. We have to roll to see, does he do anything? Yes, he does. He targets, well, it doesn't matter which one he targets because they're right next to each other. So they will put in D3 Souls of the Damned, which are really just Hungry Dead. Of 3 of them, of course. So, and they're in ambush, which really doesn't matter either. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the extra one. So on the lawman, so this one was in the right spot. But it is still the bandito and the lawman. So let's go with, oh, and they get 2 elite abilities. Oops. They're +1 defense and +2 health. So they have 3 health now. Who do we start with? Let's start with the... you know what? I'm going to start with the bandito, and we're not going to throw dynamite just yet. So, bandito attacks. Ooh, and he gets 1 re-roll. Yeah. So he has 1 regular hit and 3 critical hits. And his dead man's iron, this one gets +1 damage. So we'll have to remember that. Against the undead. And they have a defense of 4. But now they have a health of 3. So I think actually we're going to do the criticals. We're going to do our first critical on this one here. Really? He's going to use a grit and re-roll that. 3. So he kills him. Does he get a grit? He does get a grit. Now he's going to use his second critical. Get that out of there. Second critical on him. And kills him. And he's at max grit, so that doesn't matter. That was his second critical. Third critical he's going to put on this one. That's, ooh. He's going to use a grit. And it's the same, so he only does 2 damage to him. Which means he has to use his dead man's iron. Which only gives him 2. That stinks. I was hoping to get rid of all of them. Does he get anything else? Oh, they did move to this room, which means he can on a 5 move the darkness back 1. Nope. He has nothing else he could do unless he wants to... You know what? He is going to go ahead and do it and burn another grit. And he's going to re-roll that one. 2, 3. Still nothing. Okay. Alright. Well, now it's the... Oh, roll to move. Okay. Lawman's turn. Roll to move. Nope. He's going to attack. He gets 1 re-roll. So he has a critical. So he's going to put his critical hit on this guy here. So he, well, at a minimum, he kills him. So that is 20 experience. And he gets, and I forgot his power where when the posse marker moves, they can heal a wound. So they should have actually saved. They should have healed 1 wound each. I don't think it's going to matter once the Goliath starts attacking. Now he has 1 regular hit on him. 4. That's 4 plus his Beastmaster rifle gives him a 5, plus he gets +1 against all demons, so that's 6 versus his 4 defense, so he takes 2 damage. So now he's down to 50. Yay. And now it is the Goliath's turn, and he can attack both of them. And he has 5 combat. Oh, I forgot. They're supposed to... Let me do their horror hits. Because they both started, so... And spirit armor, nope, so 1 sanity and 4 sanity. And now, oh, he attacks, I forgot, he attacks both of them. So 5 attacks on each of them. Wow, okay. He hits on 3s. So he hit the lawman a lot. They each, one goes through for each of them, and he does 4 damage. So the bandito gets 4 armor saves, and he doesn't get any of them. And the lawman just takes 4 damage. And that is the end of the turn, so now we need to hold back the darkness. Double 4s. Set the cave in. Following rubble. Each hero takes d6 hits. Alright, white is the lawman, red is the bandito. So lawman takes 2 and saves them. Bandito took 4 and he saves one of them, but he gets his armor, and so he takes 1 damage. And now it is, does he send more hungry dead? And of course he does. And how many does he send? He sends 1. 1 ambushing here. One, two, three, it attacks the bandito. 4, 5, 6, it's the lawman. So it's on the bandito. But we're going to let the bandito go first again with his guns. He's going to use a grit to reroll those. Well, except for... So re-rolling, and that is a little bit better. So 2 criticals and a regular. So one of the criticals with Dead Man's Pistol we'll use on him, which is 2 plus 1 for the Dead Man's Pistol is 3, is enough to kill him. Does he get a grit back? No. Alright, so now he's immune to criticals. The Goliath is immune to criticals, so just attack a 5. So that's another 1 damage. So really he just does 1 more damage. So he's up to 3. Holy smokes, this is going to take forever. So now the lawman will attack. Gets to reroll 1. So he's got one critical hit, which doesn't matter. So 4 plus 5 plus 1. Another one is 6. So another 2. So he's up to 5 whole damage. And of course I forgot their fear. The fear 5. Red is the bandito, white is the lawman. Ugh. Alright, the bandito will use a grit. Lawman's just going to use his spirit armor. So he takes 3. Bandito now takes 2. So those are wounds. Oh, I'm kind of wishing I had gotten the demon bullets. So that is the end of the turn. Hold back the darkness. We do. Does he send more Hungry Dead? He does. How many? 2 more Hungry Dead. They have to go on this side. Yeah, the problem is that they eat up all the attacks. So we're just going to go ahead and do their Fear 5 again. So roll their saves. Still crappy on the saves. Alright. Spirit armor. Nothing, so he takes 4. They each take 4. Alright, now the Bandito's turn. He's going to use a whiskey. Take 3 back, so he only takes 1. And the Lawman's going to take a... No, he's not going to do a whiskey yet. Well, actually, yeah, he's going to do a whiskey as well for 5. So, they did stock up on whiskey. And I think, yeah, so I think the Bandito will just attack. So roll to move. No grit. He's going to roll to attack. Gets to re-roll 1. So he's got 2 hits and a critical. Critical is with his Dead Man's Iron, so he will go for one of these guys. 3, 4, that's enough to kill that one. Does he get a grit? He does not get a grit. So now his second attack. Does nothing. You know what? In his other attack, he's going to put it on the Goliath. And that does nothing as well. Okay, that was not great. And I actually forgot to have the Goliath attack last turn. So he's going to attack. This is his last attack from last turn. Lots of hits. It's defense. Right. The Bandito, that's 8. He's going to do 8 armor saves. So he takes 6 wounds. And then at the beginning of his turn here, he's going to use a bandage. So he takes 5 wounds. And now the Lawman is just going to have to take... He's going to use a grit to re-roll those 2. And he saves them. But he's going to use a bandage 2, saving 4. Or healing 4, sorry. And now we're back to Lawman's turn. So he's going to attack. Ugh. He's going to use a grit. Oh, roll to move. Nope. He's going to use a grit to reroll those. Really? Double ones again? Not a good day for us. I think he's going to go ahead and use... No, he's not going to use that ring yet. So now the Goliath gets to attack this turn. And so he's still got lots of hits. So now we need to do some saves. Oh. Bandito, he takes 3. The Marshal will take 8. So if he takes one more hit, he is down. And we still have the Hungry Dead. Oh, but he's attacking the Bandito. So they get 1 combat. He of course hits. And he saves. And I forgot, they should have each taken a fear from the Hungry Dead too. And they save him. I forgot about the Hungry Dead fear. But they're already taking 5. With the Goliath there, the Hungry Dead aren't that scary. Alright, time to hold back the darkness. We do not. So it goes 2 forward. We've already done that darkness card. Oh, shoot. And the darkness are +1, or they're +1 combat because of that roll. So he got another attack on the Bandito and missed. Lots of moving pieces. So now it is the Bandito's turn. Oh, do we bring more Hungry Dead? We do not. So Bandito's turn, so he's just going to attack this time. And he gets to re-roll 1. Alright. So he has multiple critical hits, but they don't really matter. Except for the one with his gun. It's +1, he's going to put it on this guy here, and he kills him. Does he get another grit? He does not. So now he has 4 that he can put on the Goliath. But he has nothing. Yeah, unfortunately he just has nothing to give him extra wounds on the Goliath, so these don't do anything. This one does 1, and this one doesn't do anything. So he does 1 more damage. Jiminy crickets. Alright, so the Lawman, he gets to reroll 1. So he's got 2 hits. 4, this one is 6, 7, 8. So that's 4 damage, and that one's 3 damage, so he's done 7 more damage. But now the Goliath gets to go. Does he want to do anything else? He's going to use another bandage, the Lawman, for 5 more. He's still not going to survive this turn, I don't think. Let's bandage go away. Alright. Alright, so the Goliath attacks. See if we can defend. do actually a pretty good job of defending. Boy, I wish these guys had the 3. Okay, so Bandito has, he takes 4. He's going to have to start, he's going to have to start using some bandages soon too. And the Marshal takes 8. And that is enough to KO the Marshal. So I wasted a bandage. But we do have a revive token. So he stands back up. Now it is time to try and hold back the darkness. 3s moves it 2 forward. We passed a growing dread. Okay. It's just a single roll on the madness chart. So now let's do the lawman first. No grit. He's going to attack. Gets to reroll. 2 hits. 4 more damage. Now the Bandito, is there anything? Oh, +2 damage for enemies, the Lawman. Oh, that's with higher initiative. Oh, I could have used that redraw an exploration token. Okay, I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to look. Oh, it would have been an encounter if I'd used his redraw. I didn't even think about that. Then we would have been fighting some lava men instead. But 'tis what it is. Okay, so now it is the Bandito. I don't think a dynamite. That just does d6 damage. Well, we're not doing much of anything else because he's got to roll 5s or 6s to actually do any damage. He's got nothing. Let me go through his stuff and see if he has anything. No. He's just going to have to keep plugging along. Ugh. He's going to use a grit to re-roll that. That's much better. But they're almost, he's got 1 grit and the lawman has none. Those are all hits. And they're all critical, but it doesn't matter because he's immune to critical hits. So 6. Gotta be able to do some damage with this one. Okay, a little bit better. So he does 2, 4, 6 more damage. We're not quite halfway there. And now, did I do... I did not do their sanity rolls, so let me do that real fast. This Fear 5 is crazy. Alright, so 2 to the lawman and 5 to the bandito. And now the attacks. Oh, and the bandito is going to do another bandage. Ugh, just 1 again. Okay. And now the attacks. Well, that's a little bit better than it had been going, but he hits on 3s. Okay. Defense. Oh, oops, wrong way. Okay. All right. Alright, so Bandito, armor, see if it helps him at all. Not really. And the Bandito is now KO'd. And I don't think there's any way to fix him. And the Lawman will be KO'd soon. But time to hold back the darkness. We do. Do we bring more monsters? We do not. The Lawman will attack. Well, he's going to use a bandage. That's good. That'll get him another turn. Now he'll attack. He'll reroll one. Nothing. He misses. He whiffs. He's going to use his Hellfire Ring, which causes 2d6 damage. So 6 more damage. Well, we're over halfway. There's no way that he's going to be able to revive the Bandito. So attacks, 5 attacks. Three defense. That's another 8 wounds. Luckily he used that bandage. He can survive another round. And that's it. So hold back the darkness. We do. Horror hits. Spirit armor. So he takes 2 sanity. Roll to move. No grit. I forgot to do the rolls to move, but another bandage, his last bandage. Take 5 more. He'll use his sheriff badge to give everybody +2 shots, so he'll get 4 shots. I was saving that for when there were a lot more things around, but we got to do it. Can reroll 1. He still only gets 1 hit for 1 damage. Five attacks. 4 saves. And he fails 2 of them. He's down. We lose. So, unfortunately, because they were late and the dark deal, each hero gains a corruption, ignoring willpower, and they can't go to the town. They have to go straight to the next adventure. Alright, so they each get a corruption, and they're going straight into the next adventure, and all because I forgot that I had that one redrawn exploration token, which would have given me a whole different fight. So rumors have been swirling that a mine has been found with a stable gateway leading to another dimension, a smoldering lava world ruled over by an ancient evil and filled with flows of molten magma and burning lakes of fire, where darkstone melts into liquid and the air you breathe practically burns to the touch. There are stories of dark, sprawling temples devoted to the ancient god Belial, watched over by massive stone statues and home to untold treasures collected from all across space and time. Of course, there are also tales of hulking monsters made from the very rock and lava itself, and horrific torture chambers filled with chains and brutal tools of torment. It is said that there are entire caverns filled with row upon row of rusty cages home to lost souls lured by the lust and greed, now waiting to be devoured by the Lord of Cinder, Scourge of Worlds, last remaining of the Shadow Kings, Belial. But those are just rumors, right? So, next adventure, we finally get into Cinder. So, well, I wish I had won that one, but clearly my own mistake and failure to remember one of my cards caused me to lose. Otherwise, we would have been fighting elite lava men. So, anyway, thanks for watching, and next time we're actually going to get to see some lava men and lava stuff.